Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I have a brand new pick a card for you guys today, and today we are looking at your Christmas in July prediction. So basically, I didn't even know if I was gonna get this reading up. It didn't even hit me literally until tonight, and I was like, oh my gosh, July is almost over, which means Christmas in July is almost over. Which means if I don't do a Christmas in July reading now, we're gonna have to wait until actual Christmas time to do any kind of Christmas related readings. So I hopped on here and I was like, time to do one, let's do it. So yeah, I'm a huge fan of Christmas. I love Christmas. I mean, I'm basically like Buddy the Elf when it comes to Christmas. I would celebrate it like all year long if I could. So I get really excited when Christmas in July comes along. It's like that halfway point where it's like, yes, it's time to do something festive and holiday-like. And I don't think it really clicked with me until later on this year because I was so busy moving across country and getting settled that it didn't hit me until now. But I'm glad that I thought of it right at the tail end of July heading into August so I can get this up before August 1st actually hits and we can still actually celebrate Christmas in July. So obviously it's a holiday themed reading, but the question is pretty much geared towards this year's holiday season. So the holidays, you know, Christmas time, Thanksgiving, New Year's, all that kind of good stuff for 2021. So we're looking down the road here a few months at just kind of like your general forecast, you know, your general reading, what could possibly happen for this year's holiday season. And what better way to do it during a Christmas in July reading? So that's basically what we got going on here today. This one's always a fun one to do. I love doing these. I'm so excited to dive into this for you guys. But anyways, before I introduce our pile options here and go through that, I just want to remind you guys that I am live every Monday and Friday right here on this channel at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. And whenever I go live, I'm doing readings, and you guys are totally invited to join me and hang out during that time. And I also provide private readings for you guys too. So if you're interested in a private reading, feel free to reach out and contact me about that. So information about the lives and the private readings, all that good stuff is in the description box down below. And also, before you guys click on out of here and head out of this video after you get your pick a card reading, make sure that you leave me a comment down below because that definitely helps me out in terms of like the YouTube algorithm. And also give this video a big like. And if you're not already subscribed, I invite you to subscribe and hit the notification bell so that way then you do know every time a new pick a card reading, for example, is uploaded, and every time I do go live, so you can jump in and be a part of those and participate and get a reading then there for yourself, not just through a pick a card. So yeah, I invite you to do that as well. And I definitely am thankful to everyone here who comes back and returns and hangs out with me. I appreciate you all. So anyway, let me get into the pile introductions now finally, and we'll get started. So pile number one, we have a labradorite crystal. There's a little bit of a, yeah, right there on this side, you always see a little bit of like the kind of blue shininess come out of it. Not really on the other parts of it necessarily, but yeah, it's pretty. I did want to pull out like Christmas items actually to be a part of this pick a card, but it didn't wind up happening because everything's in storage, and I'm like, I'm not pulling all that stuff apart for a pick a card reading. It'll just have to wait until the actual holiday season. But this one is pile number one. Pile number two, we have some moonstone. So if you like moonstone, a light colored crystal, then this one may be the one for you. Pile number three is the ever so classic lovely rose quartz. All about that pink and that love and that romance. So rose quartz is pile number 3. And pile number 4, we have some orca agate, which, you know, basically is called orca agate because it kind of looks like a whale, which is cool. So we'll just call this one Willy, I guess. Free Willy, the crystal. Anyways, this one is pile number 4. So those are your 4 different crystal options. Go ahead and pick the crystal that resonates and clicks with you the most, or the number for the card, 1, 2, 3, or 4, or the timestamp, however it is that you choose, however it is that works for your own personal method of madness. Go ahead and do that. Otherwise, timestamps are down below for your pile, and we are going to kick things off here and get started with pile number 1, the labradorite group. Hi, pile 1. If you chose this wonderful labradorite crystal, then this is going to be the reading for you for your Christmas in July reading. So exciting. All right, we're going to set our labradorite over here. And we basically have a whole bunch of Christmas love oracle cards here to go through to see what's going to be happening for the holidays. It's the best way to dive in is with a holiday themed deck, naturally. So we're just going to lay everything down here and then kind of piece it together, connect the dots, see how the cards connect and relate to one another for you. So we have special surprise, enjoying yourself, I drink to be merry, making love by the fireplace, love letter, secret feelings for you, strong spiritual beliefs, I want to give it to you, sorry we're closed, and karmic interference. Okay, so we have quite a bit of stuff going on here, so let's just dive in and see how this all connects. All right, so the first thing that I noticed here, I'm going to actually start down below with the last 2 cards that came out. We have sorry we're closed and karmic interference. And I feel like these 2 cards are actually kind of connected. So I feel like if you're someone who is dealing with like maybe a third party situation between you and your person, this could be an indicator of dealings around that situation around the holidays. And even if you don't have a third party, karmic interference doesn't necessarily have to come in the package of another person. You know, karma is karma. You know, it's basically like a third party is almost like just another third element. It's just something that's an interference. It's something that is there that shouldn't be there, that's kind of being this obstacle and this block between you and your person. So, you know, the karmic interference, it could be a person, it could be an addiction maybe that your person has, it could be, you know, just negative mental thoughts and that kind of thing. It could be a lot of different things, but it's usually something that's not good. It's usually something that needs to be overcome. And I feel like there may be some of that happening during the holiday season. You may enter the holiday season dealing with some kind of third element or third party situation. Now, just because that's there doesn't mean that, you know, it's like, oh, boo-hoo, it's going to be a horrible holiday season, because I do see good things coming up. But there could be some of this going on. And at first, it may be kind of a struggle, because with sorry we're closed, I feel like that's basically going to kind of make it feel like like basically your options aren't open to you. Like your options aren't available to you, at least when it comes down to love, at least when it comes down to your significant other, to your special person, you know, whoever this person is. You may feel like, in a sense, there is kind of like this sign up between the two of you within your connection, in your relationship, basically saying, sorry, we're closed. You're not celebrating the holidays with this person. You may feel like that because of the karmic interference, because of that third party element. So there may be feelings of that happening at certain points in times. Now, for some of you guys, like I said, that karmic interference may not even necessarily be a third party. It could be addictions, it could be bad behaviors, because we do have, I drink to be merry. So for some of you, that third element could be an addiction. It could be alcoholism, for example. It doesn't have to be alcoholism, but I feel like this is kind of that representation of whatever that other third element could be besides a person. It could be drugs, it could be alcohol, it could be work, it could be like video games. You know, guys love their video games and stuff like that. It could be a lot of different things. But I do feel like, you know, your person during the holiday season, they may try some escapism, kind of going down this route, kind of going down that route of drinking or drugs or whatever it is that it may be. It may just be like their personal coping mechanism and how they deal with stuff, basically. So there could be some of that. So I feel like, you know, the drinking and the karmic interference and sorry we're closed, I feel like all those kind of tie in together as some of the struggles and some of the obstacles that may be coming up during the holiday season, basically. And especially with this card saying, I drink to be merry, like I said, I feel like that's their way of escapism. I feel like that's their way of making themselves feel better and kind of presenting themselves in this more happier, upbeat light during the holiday season. You know, for some people, the holiday season can be really hard. It can bring on a case of the blues, basically. People can feel unhappy and sad, and, you know, it brings on a whole mixture of emotions. You know, some people don't resonate well with the holidays because maybe they have, you know, bad memories dealing with their family and stuff like that during the holidays, or maybe they don't have a lot of family or friends, so therefore, you know, some people feel really lonely during the holidays. So there could be a lot of different reasons why this is going on. So I do feel like there is going to be some of that push and pull and struggle that is going to be going on during the holiday seasons. However, I believe for you, the viewer, I believe you're going to be able to get through it because of your strong spiritual beliefs. So chances are, you know, if you're watching my channel, if you're watching readings in general, you obviously probably believe in something bigger than yourself. You know, you believe in God, spirit, source, the divine, whatever it is you want to call it. But you definitely believe that there's more to what's happening around us in this world than just what we see, that there's more than meets the eye. So I do feel like, you know, you as the viewer are probably very spiritual, and because you do have strong spiritual convictions, I feel like your own personal faith is going to be what carries you through the holidays. Whether it's dealing with this person specifically or other things that are happening around your world at that time, I feel like your own faith and your own beliefs are going to be what really carries you through and gives you your strength and your endurance. And, you know, that's the most important thing. That's the best thing of all. So I feel like that's really going to be important. And because you have those strong spiritual beliefs, because you have that faith that can carry you through, you're going to be the one who's going to be enjoying yourself this holiday season. So it's like, it kind of doesn't matter, you know, if they're drinking their time away or whatever it is that they're doing. You're still going to enjoy yourself. You're going to be determined to make sure that your holiday is merry and that your holiday is bright. So even if you're not talking to them, even if you're not seeing them, you're going to find other ways to get creative. You're going to be like, you know what? I'm going to see my friends. I'm going to spend time with my family. I'm going to go buy Christmas presents for people in my life who love and care about me. I'm going to bake Christmas cookies. I'm going to watch Christmas movies. If it's snowing outside, I'm going to go build a snowman or something. You know, you're going to find fun things to do. You're going to find ways to enjoy yourself, basically. You're going to watch Christmas movies. You're going to drink hot chocolate and all that good stuff. So you're going to find ways to enjoy yourself regardless of what they're doing. Your happiness is not going to depend on them. So you're still going to have a good holiday no matter what, because of those strong spiritual beliefs. And that's the way it should be, you know? So I think that's a very good thing. Now, going back to your person, you know, they may be struggling and everything, and I think part of the reasons why they're going to be struggling is because they're going to be holding on to their feelings for you secretly. That's part of the struggle, especially if they do have a karmic relationship going on. If there is a third party element, if there is another person involved, it may be even harder for them to, you know, show their feelings to you because, you know, if they're committed to somebody else, if they're married, if they have kids, whatever else, they may not be able to just automatically drop everything and say, hey, meet me under the mistletoe, basically. So I feel like, especially in the cases of those dealing with third parties, they're definitely going to be keeping their feelings hidden. But even if it's not the third party, I feel like, you know, if they're totally single, it may be hard for them to verbalize, meet me under the mistletoe, basically. So to you, you know, during this whole time, it may feel like they don't care about me. Like, you know, they're not there. They're off, you know, doing whatever it is that they're doing. You're going to feel that way because, like I said, it's going to feel like the entire connection is basically closed off. But that's not the case. They do have feelings for you. They do. They may not necessarily say it or express it, but it is there. They do have those feelings for you. Now, I do feel like at some point during the holiday season, something may shift. Something may shift dealing with those secret feelings, because we also have love letter. And I feel like at some point, something for them may shift where they may like actually verbalize this. Now with love letter, I mean, they could go old school. They could actually, you know, put pen to paper, write something up and send it to you in the mail. But considering we are living in the area of, you know, smartphones and that kind of thing, I feel like most likely this love letter would probably be in the form of a text message or some kind of contact over social media or something like that. So I do feel like at some point those secret feelings may not necessarily stay secret for long during the holiday season, and they will probably make contact to you through written word, basically, and say, you know, hey, I've been thinking about you, like, would you like to watch a Christmas movie together? You know, would you like to be my Mrs. Claus, kind of a thing? So they may wind up doing that. And I definitely feel like this person does have a lot of passion for you, a lot of desire for you, because we do have, I want to give it to you, and it's pretty obvious what that thing is that they want to give it to you. So I do feel like, you know, there's a lot of passion that they want to express, and then we do have making love by the fireplace. So I feel like that is probably something that they want to do, and something that they may bring up in that, you know, love letter or text message or message on social media or however you want to put it. So I do feel like, you know, they do want to get down and everything. And whenever this happens, whenever this contact happens, and they're, you know, saying they want to make love by the fireplace, they want to give it to you and all that other kind of stuff, I feel like that's going to be the special surprise, because special surprise is here. And especially if you're kicking off the holiday season feeling like, oh, boo-hoo, nothing's going to happen with this person, you know, the whole situation is closed up, you know, they're busy with their karma issues and everything, whatever those issues may be, whether it's drinking or what have you, being with another person, you may feel like, I just have to scrap the idea of being with this person this holiday season. And then something's going to happen and there's going to be like this 180 and things are going to switch and they're just going to turn around. They're going to be like, hey, surprise, here's the love letter. You know, I'd like to make love to you by the fireplace, you know, by the tree, under the mistletoe, that kind of thing. And I feel like it's going to be a total surprise. So I wouldn't say go into the holiday season expecting that's going to happen, because I feel like if you expect it, that special surprise probably won't happen, because then it really wouldn't be a surprise. I would just more so take this reading as, oh, that's like a really awesome possibility. Like, I accept that as being possible. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And then just kind of, you know, leave it out of your head from there. You know, like, don't dwell on it or focus on it so much. So that way then by the holiday season does come around and this secret surprise does happen, then you'll look back and you'll be like, oh, I remember that Christmas in July reading. That turned out to be right. What a special surprise. So that's a little preview of what I think might be going on for you guys over the holiday season. I also have a loving words from Jesus card, because I always wrap things up with a little bit of Jesus at the end of my readings, just because he's a cool dude, and I believe that a Bible verse a day helps keep the bad vibes away. So let's see what you guys got. You guys got, your heavenly Father knoweth that you have a need for all of these things. Matthew 6:23. So regardless of what's going on in your life right now, Christmas in July side or not, anything that you feel like you're lacking in your life, just remember that God is going to always be there to provide and protect and take good care of you. He is going to provide your needs. And just remember, needs are not necessarily our wants, but he is going to take care of your needs. The most important thing you can do is just trust in that and have faith in that and watch the magic happen as it unfolds, basically. So that's what I have for you guys. Hopefully this message resonated. If the message did not flow, of course, just let it go. But if it did make sense, please let me know and leave a comment down below. I would love to hear from you. Also, please give this video a big thumbs up. That definitely helps me out a lot. Feel free to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you know of future videos when they are on the way. And also so you guys know when I'm going live, because whenever I go live, you will get that little notification, ding, ding, ding. Hello, it's on its way. Here's a live, ready to go. And also, like I said, private readings are available as well. So information on those private readings and those live readings are all down below in the description box. Live readings, like I said, Mondays and Fridays at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. So anyways, I am just so incredibly grateful and thankful to you guys for stopping on by here and hanging out with me today. It definitely warms my heart and means the world to me. So I hope you guys have an amazing day. Keep sparkling. I am sending you lots of hugs and much love. Hi, Pile 2. If you chose this moonstone crystal as your choice, as your option for this pick a card reading, then this is going to be the reading for you to get your Christmas in July messages. See what may be happening for you guys this holiday season 2021. So we got some messages here from the Christmas Love Oracle, because what better way to break down a holiday themed reading other than something like this. So I'm just going to go ahead and lay the cards down, and then we will get into it and see what it is that you guys have going on, connect the dots, and put it all together. So you guys got, thank you for loving me, magical chemistry, good vibes, a call from your beloved, bad spending habits, smothered with love, something's gotta give, divinely delicious, I will eat you up. workaholic, works on holidays, away from family, puts work first. Stood up and don't accept a toxic person. Okay, so we have a lot of ups and downs happening here for you guys over the holiday season. Okay, so here is what I'm gathering from this. I definitely am getting this bizarre mixture of like good and bad for you guys, which was super weird. Okay, so I feel like we got like partially some love messages going on and then partially some like other outside drama happening besides that. So I'm going to start off with your love stuff here first. First of all, we have a call from your beloved. So I feel like whoever it is that you're connected to, whoever it is that, you know, you would consider being like your divine counterpart and that kind of thing, I feel like you're going to have communication with this person. You're going to be hearing from this person over the holidays. So if you're concerned right now and it's, you know, July, August, whatever it is, and you're like, I'm not talking to this person won't say anything to me, I do feel like this person will probably be making contact with you by the holiday season. So, and it says a call from them, so I feel like they're the ones who are going to be reaching out to you, not the other way around. So that's a good thing. And I feel like the reason why they're going to be reaching out to you is because they do acknowledge how good you are to them with thank you for loving me. So I feel like this person does appreciate you. They do value you. You know, they have this nice, sweet, grateful perspective when it comes to you. So I feel like if things have been rocky and if things haven't been going so well leading up to the holidays, maybe something about the holiday season or maybe something going on in their life or just how the world has been in general lately, it may kind of click with them and make them realize like, hey, you know, like this person has been there for me when nobody else has. They've been consistent. You know, they've checked in on me even though I haven't really been there for them. So they may step up and simply contact you from a place of gratefulness and thankfulness. So if things haven't been easy, I feel like you may see a turnaround with this person, and that things may get better with them. And, you know, overall, I feel like the connection between you two is good because we have magical chemistry, good vibes. So, you know, especially with those first cards that came out, like I was kind of getting that when the cards were coming out. I was getting like good vibes, like, hey, this is like really good stuff. This is like a nice little even equal exchange between two people. And I feel like the chemistry that you guys do have between you is magical. It's like that once in a lifetime kind of chemistry. It's not the kind of chemistry that can be duplicated. It's not the kind of chemistry that you have just with any old regular Joe Schmo. It's something that's special. So I feel like that definitely goes to show, and there's just good feelings between the two of you. Now, I feel like if there have been times where they have, you know, kind of come and gone and not exactly been there for you, I feel like this is probably during the moments where they have felt smothered in love. Now, I don't feel like smothered in love is necessarily tied to what's going to happen during the holiday season, because obviously if they were feeling smothered in love, they wouldn't come forward to you and call you and say, you know, thank you for loving me. Usually if you're feeling smothered with love, you're like, I'm not going to call you and I'm going to run the opposite direction and I'm not thankful for this love whatsoever. So I feel like if anything, this may actually indicate maybe where they're at right now or maybe where they have been. Even if you're not smothering with them with love, or even if that's not your intention, like you could reach out to somebody maybe once every 6 months or something just to say hi, just to say, hey, just wanted to say hi, see how you're doing, it's been a while. Like, you know, for most people, no, that wouldn't be a big deal, especially if it's been like months or something like that. That's hardly smothering a person. That's definitely still giving person plenty of space, but then reaching out every once in a while from a place of like, hey, I'd still like to communicate with you and have you as a buddy or a pal in my life. But for them, that may have been overwhelming. Even just that alone may have been too much and may have felt like smothering to them, even though to normal people, it would not be. So this may be the energy that they're in right now. And yeah, this may be the energy that they're in right now. It could be the energy that they have been in the past. But I feel like this is what's shifting. This is what's going to be shifting and changing, because they're eventually going to change that perspective to be just like, hey, I need to like call this person and thank them for their consistency, because not a lot of people have really been there for me like that. Not a lot of people have, shown me that integrity, basically. So I do feel like that's going to change. I feel like that's the only reason why that card is there, is that's more so in reference to like present or past energy, not energy of like the actual upcoming holiday season. So yeah, and also with Divinely Delicious, I do feel like this person obviously finds you absolutely scrumptious, like a scrumptious little gingerbread treat. So I feel like that kind of plays in once again with that magical chemistry. That just plays in with the fact that they are very highly attracted to you, that their attraction to you, it's not just your personality, it's not just, the emotional side or the spiritual or mental stimulation in the situation, but they are legit like warm for your form, basically. They want your bod. So, that could be another result, once again, once they do contact you, once they do like say, hey, I'm really grateful for you, and, I'm sorry I kind of like backed away being, this smothered guy here, but I really want to be in your life. And, there may be some eating in, I guess you could say, over the holiday season. So I feel like that all just kind of connects together. Now, as for the other stuff, we may have some not so great icky stuff going on that I'm going to get into, but I feel like this other stuff is outside of them. Like, that's kind of like the love portion I'm feeling dealing with this reading. Because when I was saying, like Christmas 2020, like that kind of takes the entire holiday season together collectively. It doesn't have to be straight up only love. It could be about other factors going on in your life at that time too, which I do feel like there are other factors. So number one, we have, if I can pick up the card, come here, oh my gosh. It's being so stubborn it doesn't even want to come to me. So we have bad spending habits. So I feel like this card is basically just here as like a little warning, just as a little cue to you as the viewer to just be careful this holiday season. Don't go overboard in your budget when it comes to buying Christmas presents. It's really easy, especially if you're a very giving person. It usually feels wonderful and amazing to just like give your friends and your family the best of the best of the best, because it makes you feel good too, being able to do that. But I feel like this card is basically saying, hey, it's okay to spend on your friends and family. It's okay to give them, gifts and show them that you love them and all that kind of stuff, but don't go over your budget. Make a budget, stay within that. Don't go crazy into debt. If you do wind up paying on your credit card, make sure you're able to pay it off within a reasonable amount of time without interest biting you in the ass later. So I feel like that's just kind of a little heads up, especially if you are maybe a bigger spender usually on like a normal basis, even outside of the holiday season. So that's what I feel like that card is there for. Now, as for the other things, we also have workaholic. So I feel like, once again, this is probably a warning to you, the viewer, to don't be a crazy workaholic during the holiday season. Maybe you're a Capricorn. I know Capricorns are absolutely obsessed with work. I have known several Capricorns in my life who are absolutely insane when it comes to work. They're very good at what they do, and they love their jobs, and they're very passionate about it, and I think that's wonderful, but sometimes it can be not so good for them. So if you're one of those people, be careful when it comes to the working thing, especially if you are trying to make a lot of money, so that way then you can spend a lot of money over the holiday season. Just try and keep things in balance. Don't go nuts over spending. Don't go nuts over working for what you're doing in terms of spending. Try to take it easy. Remember, the holiday season is a good time to kind of slow it down and take it easy and enjoy life too. Spend time with your friends, spend time with your family. Just relax. Just relax a little bit. So try not to go too terribly nuts in terms of work. You know, work is good, but don't get out of balance with it, is what it comes down to. Now, I feel like for some of you guys, now we're kind of getting into some other stuff here. For some of you guys with work and don't accept a toxic person, maybe one of the reasons why you're being such a workaholic is you could have a toxic boss. That's kind of like the first vibe that I got coming out of this with workaholic. You could wind up having maybe a boss that's a little bit of a dick. And maybe they kind of put the pressure on you to say, hey, we're short-staffed during the holiday season. We really need you to stick around and, you know, step things up and everything else. So, you know, the toxic person could be that, you know, they could be maybe a little bit extra sweet to you at first to get you to do certain things that maybe you don't want to do during the holidays. And then you wind up, you know, kicking yourself in the ass for it later. So that could be one possibility. It doesn't necessarily have to be a boss or work scenario that the toxic person could be. For others of you, I feel like the toxic person could be somebody around you that you know personally. I don't feel like it's the love interest, just to clarify that, because everything with the love interest, like I said, like good vibes here. You know, everything seems to be very good. That person seems to be very thankful for you. So I feel like the toxic person could possibly be a friend or family member for others of you if the work thing doesn't correlate. So I feel like it could be a friend or a family member. You know, once again, maybe the same kind of thing. They may be trying to like give you something or make something seem like it's better than what it is to try and manipulate you and try to get something out of you. And you got to look out for that stuff because, you know, people kind of come out of the woodwork with those kinds of things when it's around the holiday season, that someone may be trying to get a favor out of you by like trying to bribe you kind of in a way, and it's not like a very even exchange is what it comes down to. And I feel like for some of you guys, that toxic person is connected to being stood up. Like this could be somebody who's like, oh yeah, you know, why don't you join us at blah, 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 and we're going to go Christmas caroling or something like that. And you're like, oh yeah, that sounds like fun. That'd be great. I'd love to go. And then you show up and no one's there, or, you know, something along those lines. So I would be very careful because I feel like that toxic person could be tied to being stood up here. Once again, I don't feel like it's the love interest, but I feel like it's going to be that toxic person, the person that you should probably be staying away from during the holiday season. And with Something's Got to Give, I feel like that's once again tied to either the toxic person or work is what it comes down to. Like you could be very overwhelmed and feel very stressed out and very overworked at work. And that alone in itself could make you feel like, oh, I need a break, which, like I said, the option is always up to you. You should take a step back and you should breathe a little bit and enjoy the holiday season. So it could be there that you may feel like something's got to give. It could be in your spending habits. Maybe you feel like something's got to give, where maybe you feel like you don't have enough money to pay for all the different gifts that you need to buy. And if you feel like that, change your budget, number one, spend less money on people. And if that still doesn't even work, instead of spending money on people, find other ways to give to people. Maybe do something for them as a present. Make something for them homemade. Like there's so many different other options of things you can do for people that it doesn't necessarily have to involve you spending money. It could be you spending time instead. So yeah, get creative with that. Or some things gotta give could also be tied to that toxic person, or once again, you're stressed out dealing with them, especially if it does result in something where you wind up being stood up. So I feel like there's going to be this weird mixture of like good stuff going on like the love side of things, but then there's going to be some pressure and anxiety dealing with other things in your life, whether it's friends, family, work. It's going to be like this weird mixture of stuff. So that's not unusual though. You know, the holiday season is a blissful time and it can be a beautiful time, but at the same time, it can be stressful and it can be overwhelming. So I feel like you guys are the perfect example of kind of having to balance both sides of the coin with that. Finally, I have a card here from Loving Words from Jesus for you guys, because in my opinion, a Bible verse a day helps keep the bad vibes away. And you guys got, "Well done, thou good and faithful servant," Matthew 25:21. So I feel like this is basically just a reminder from God letting you know that you are doing awesome, that you are doing a really good job, and that, you know, even though you may be imperfect and you may make mistakes and you may have ways that you still have to heal yourself and work on yourself and all those other things, yada, 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 we've all got them. Even though you may have all those things ahead of you yet to accomplish and take care of in your life, you can look back at so many things you've already done and you've already bettered in your life, and you know, God is grateful for that, and he sees that and he recognizes that, and he wants you to know that you should recognize that too. And most importantly, he sees your heart. He sees your desire to be a good and decent person. He sees your desire to help others and to make yourself the best version of yourself. And that's more important than anything in the world. So I feel like this is just a reminder to you guys, especially if you're critical and hard on yourself, not to be, that you're doing just fine, that you are okay, and you are on your way. So that's basically what I have going on for you guys here today. And I hope that the message made sense and it resonated for you. If the message did not flow, of course, just let it go. But if it did make sense, please let me know and leave a comment down below. I would love to hear from you, even if it's just with a simple small emoji. And please also give this video a big thumbs up. That definitely helps me out a lot too. Feel free to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you know of future videos when they are on the way. And so you also know when I'm going live, because whenever I go live, you will be notified of that. You know, the notification bell will go off and deliver that message to you. And you guys are totally invited to join me on those. Once again, Mondays and Fridays, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, I will be here. I will be live. And like I said earlier on at the beginning of this video, private readings are open and available too. So if you're interested in any of that stuff, any of that information, any and all of that is down below in the description box. So I just want to thank you guys for stopping on by and hanging out here with me for a little bit today. It definitely warms my heart and means the world to me. So I hope you guys have an amazing day. Keep sparkling. I am sending you lots of hugs and much love. Hi, Pile 3. If you chose this beautiful pink rose quartz, all about the love, then this is going to be the reading for you to get your Christmas in July reading, basically your holiday prediction coming up here for 2021. All right, so we have the, if I can gather my cards here, Christmas Love Oracle is what we're going to be looking at today, which obviously makes sense because this is a holiday themed reading. So what better way to approach this than with a holiday themed deck, right? So I'm just gonna go ahead and lay these cards down all right on here, and we're just gonna go ahead and go through them, connect the dots, see how they correlate to one another, and see what unfolds for you guys. Protection is a gift. Trying to come through. Let me treat you. A lot has changed since last Christmas. New Year's with you. Waiting. Oh shit, disaster. I don't give a shit. Ruthless. F you, rude. I can't wait to unwrap your love. And over it. Don't care. F off. Done. Wow. Okay. You guys are quite the tumultuous group here. Okay. I'm sorry. I was kind of like laughing as these cards came out. Not because, I don't know. It seems kind of funny to me. Not that, I don't feel like you guys are headed for any kind of crazy disaster. I think it's just because like the chaotic exchange that was kind of coming through as the messages were coming out, like it was just kind of funny. So anyways, like for most people, I feel like a lot of your holiday season is going to be involving love. And I feel like you're going to have a lot of crazy ups and downs dealing with your person when it comes down to love. It's almost in a comedic way, though. It's almost like kind of like this movie unfolding in a sense. So first of all, I feel like in general, you may be frustrated with this person on a regular basis, even outside of the holidays, because we have waiting here. So with waiting, I feel like just in general, and you could be experiencing this during the holiday season too, I feel like this person basically tests your patience. That this person just like presses on that last nerve when it comes to your patience. That they like push it to the extreme like nobody else does basically. So I feel like they kind of put you through the waiting game a lot. You know, that it's like you could reach out and you could text them, and even if they saw your text, it's like then they would just forget. It's almost like they wouldn't even do it on purpose, but it's like it's almost like they see the text, they may make a mental note and say, oh yeah, text them back, and then they get distracted with other things, they completely forget, and they just leave you hanging, and you wind up looking like this girl here with your arms crossed like, what the hell, dude? What's going on? So I feel like they kind of put you through that a lot when it comes down to waiting, that this person is like the master of making you be patient. And because of that, I feel like that's part of where like this up and down kind of stuff happens. I feel like a lot of the times when they put you through this, and like I said, you will probably be experiencing this during the holiday season. I feel like these two kind of go hand in hand. They kind of have a very similar energy together. And they even kind of look similar if you think about it. They look very similar. So we have over it, don't care, F off, done. I'm not saying the F word because I don't want to get like in trouble on YouTube. Then we have, I don't give a shit, ruthless, F you, rude. They're both saying F you. They both are using their middle fingers. They're both dressed like Santa. They both have this, you know, green writing on the card, basically. And, you know, one is a man and one is a woman. So I feel like a lot of the times you guys kind of have this exchange, and it's just like, you know, you get pissed off at them because they're probably making you sit around and wait with a lot of different things. And then they don't understand why you get so pissy because that's not their intention. Their intention is not to hurt you or anything like that. Like I said, they probably get distracted with other things. They probably don't like that you call them out on their shit, and then it makes them mad because, you know, it kind of bruises their pride and bruises their ego, and then it's just like they kind of have to face like, oh wait, I actually have to own up with the fact that I don't actually always show up, that this is something that I do, even if it's not intentional kind of thing. So it's like this weird, crazy push and pull and push and pull. So you guys may be experiencing some of that over the holiday season, this crazy push and pull. So I feel like you guys are both going to wind up getting mad at each other, but I don't feel like this is like a toxic, abusive, terminal kind of thing. I almost feel like it's kind of like playful anger, like I'm mad at you in the minute, but I still love you kind of thing. You know, it's like that, it's like a playful kind of anger. Because even if you just look at these two on the cards, especially in those outfits, even though they're given the middle finger, like you just can't take it seriously. And I feel like when people around you kind of see you guys go back and forth and bicker like this, like people are like, you guys are both stupid. You guys are both dumb. Like, both of you just get over it pretty much. Like you both need to get over it. So I feel like there's kind of like this crazy exchange in a sense between the two of you when it comes to that. And I feel like a lot of the time when that happens and when that goes down, it feels like a disaster is what it comes down to. Like it, you know, to other people it may seem trivial, and you know, they may look at the two of you basically as like a pair of drama queens basically. They may be like, you guys both overthink too much. You guys both overreact. Like this is trivial, like this is tiny, like this is nothing in comparison to what other people are dealing with. But to you guys, you're in this situation. It feels insurmountable to you. It feels overwhelming. So to you, it probably feels like a disaster. I feel like once the adrenaline of the issue has worn off, then you probably are able to step back and cool down, and you're like, oh, I was dramatic about that. I did freak out over nothing. I feel like in the aftermath you see what other people see, but in the moment you feel like it's this. You feel like it's a disaster. So I feel like there may be some of that with the push and the pull and the up and the down and all the other kind of stuff dealing with this person. And that's one of the reasons why I find it funny, because I'm like, it's like you can't really take it serious. It's not something that is going to be like super life altering or heartbreaking or anything like that. It's just, it's stupid, trivial stuff is what it comes down to. It may have legit and found frustrations like with the waiting kind of thing, but there are worse things to deal with than waiting. So anyways, moving on to the rest here. With a lot has changed since last Christmas, I do feel like wherever you guys are at in your connection, in your relationship coming up this Christmas, it is going to be very different from where it was before. So it's like if last Christmas you guys weren't even communicating or anything like that, like maybe you were doing some like real serious waiting at that time, like maybe they weren't even talking to you to have that push and pull. I feel like whatever it was, Christmas 2020, it's going to look like night and day. It's going to be completely different. So if there was no communication before, there's going to be communication. You know, maybe before 2021, this person wasn't even in your life. Like this could be just like, oh, hey, like this person is in your life now. So obviously that's a big change too. So either way, I feel like you're definitely going to recognize that there is going to be a significant change between you and this person by the time you reach Christmas 2020. You could be seeing some of those changes now. You could be seeing some of those changes closer to when the holiday seasons arrives. It just all depends. Now for the rest of the stuff, we definitely have some hanky-panky kind of things going on. So I had to laugh. First, like I said, I don't know why, I'm just laughing at this pile. I find this pile funny. I really don't know why. But we had Protection is a Gift that came out. So I wasn't necessarily feeling like from the, oh, someone has an STD side, so protect yourself. Although, of course, you know, that's always important too. If you or your person, if somebody has something lingering going on that has not been cleaned up, then that's always a good reason to wrap up the gift. But I was kind of getting the feeling more so like if you're not using this gift, then you may wind up with a little bundle of your own 9 months after Christmas. So that may be kind of the symbol and the warning here is at some point during the holiday season, if you're not being careful and if you're not planning or wanting to have a baby, you may wind up with a baby 9 months after the holiday season. And then I had to laugh even more with trying to come through because this card came out right after protection is a gift. And like, I can't lie to you guys. Like, honestly, the first thing that came to my mind is like literally like his thing trying to come through, you know, like literally like come through. Yeah, like that's literally what I was thinking. It's kind of like, you know, imagine Santa Claus is basically him in the picture and the chimney is your hoo-ha pretty much. Like, this is why I'm laughing because that's basically what was like the first vibe that came out just intuitively, instinctively right after protection is a gift. And for some of you guys, I feel like even if that protection is there, even if it is in place, with the whole trying to come through thing, you could even be dealing with a broken condom situation because I feel like whatever is going on there, like the intensity basically could be so much that something could get through that gift basically. So I feel like those two are definitely connected. That was more so a sexual innuendo happening up here than anything else. Not necessarily like trying to come through with communication or, you know, doing the right thing or something like that. Although that could be possible too, and those would be nice things as well. But I feel like these two are more so connected sexually, and then especially considering this guy came out here number 3, Let Me Treat You, which is once again continuing the sexual innuendo thing. You know, I feel like, especially with all this push and pull stuff that's going on here, you know, the back and the forth and the fighting and, you know, the overreacting and this kind of thing, it's like this is the representation of the making up part. This is the representation of it's like, you guys have all this energy inside of you to put all this energy into being dramatic and crazy. And, you know, when things are bad, you know, it's a disaster. But I feel like when things are good, things are good. I can't wait to unwrap your love. So I feel like when things are good, when it flips the script basically, and you guys are done, like, being dumb towards each other, it's like you guys are like, we're gonna lock ourselves up in our house, we're gonna be under the Christmas tree, and everybody else will go away and leave us alone for a very long time. So I feel like there's gonna be a lot of that going on. So your holiday season could be like bickering and, you know, being angry at each other, and then just like making up and making up and making up and making up. So I feel like it could be a lot of that. Like I said, a lot of back and forth and push and pull. And then with New Year's with you, I feel like this is basically just confirming that by the time the holiday season does wrap up, you guys are going to be in a good place. You guys are going to be fine. You are going to be doing well. You know, you're going to be together, that you're not going to be, you know, constantly back and forth and back and forth. That, you know, even though you guys may be a little nuts, maybe a little crazy at times together, you know, you're still going to cement things to come together and stay together and have that commitment and be together through all those ups and downs. So I feel like, you know, since New Year's is basically the closing out of the holiday season, I feel like this card is basically saying that you guys are going to close out the holiday season well, that it's not going to end in disaster here or any of those kinds of things, but it's going to go good. So that's basically what I see for you guys for your Christmas in July reading. I'm sorry, I kept kind of like laughing and losing it here a little bit during this one, but like I said, it was just funny to me. I'm like, this is like a comedy show. It's like a crazy, wacky romantic comedy or something. Why don't we just, you know, do a romantic comedy Christmas movie out of this one? It's just too funny. Anyways, finally, I have a loving words from Jesus card for you guys, because I always wrap up my readings with one of these, because Jesus is an awesome guy, and also because, in my opinion, a Bible verse a day helps keep the bad vibes away. So you guys got, knock and it shall be opened unto you, Matthew 7:7. So basically, this card is pretty much saying to you guys, you know, it's like seek and ye shall find kind of a thing. Like, it's one thing to pray for what we want. It's one thing to set intentions and to make our desires known and those kinds of things. But there also needs to be action backed up with that. There needs to be action backing up our words, backing up our faith. So if you see an opportunity to go after what you want, whether it's in love or in your career or just with anything in your life, that there's something you're aspiring to do or something you're aspiring to be, then go for it. Seek out those opportunities. Not every opportunity may be the opportunity for you, but you don't know unless you try, and chances are there are going to be lots of opportunities you meet along the way that are going to be just for you. So go out there and try. Either way, God's got your back through it all. So anyways, that's what I got for you guys. Hopefully that this message resonated and made sense. If the message did not flow, of course, just let it go. But if it did make sense, please let me know and leave a comment down below. I would love to hear from you. Also, please give this video a big thumbs up. That definitely helps me out a lot. Feel free to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you know of future videos when they are on the way. And so you guys also know whenever I go live, because whenever I go live, you'll get the little notification for that as well. And like I said, lives are Mondays and Fridays at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. And I am also open and available for private readings too. So as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, all the information that you need to know about that, whether it's lives, private readings, ways to contact me, whatever, it's all in the description box down below. So I am just so incredibly grateful and thankful to you guys for stopping on by here, hanging out with me for a little bit today. It definitely warms my heart and means the world to me. So I hope you guys have an amazing day. Keep sparkling. I am sending you lots of hugs and much love. Hi, Pile 4. If you chose the Orca Agate as your crystal, then this is going to be the reading for you to find out what your Christmas in July reading is, basically what you guys may be anticipating and expecting for Christmas 2021 coming up this lovely holiday season. All right, so we've got the Christmas Love Oracle here for you guys today. And that only makes sense because this is obviously a holiday themed reading. So what better way to go about this with some holiday related cards? So I'm just going to go ahead and lay all these cards out here in front for you guys, and then we'll put it together, connect the dots, see how they all correlate to one another, and basically see what's going on for you. You guys have I Still Believe, Best Buds, Good Spirits, Stuck in a Rut Snowed in Bad Weather, You Know How to Make a House Warm, Warm and Cozy, You Have Me Hooked, Sexual Indulgence, All I Want Is You, Exposed, and Abundance. All right. So let's dive in here and see what's happening for you guys. I think it's really funny because now I'm on the last pile, and pretty much for every single group, there has been some kinky stuff going on during the holiday season. So I feel like it doesn't really matter what group you are. People are going to be getting busy under the mistletoe in 2021 for the holidays. So anyway, I'll get into that in a minute though. So let's see. Oh, we have a few different things going on here dealing with you guys. So, well, I guess I might as well start with the sexy stuff. I kind of already started talking about it, so I might as well go ahead and get into it. So, I do feel like for some of you guys, there is going to be some kinky stuff happening, some freaky deaky kind of energy coming through for the holiday season that you may just simply be getting it on with somebody. It could be your special person. I know that there's like 3 people here on the card. It could be someone's desire or passion to, you know, have like a threesome or something, but that doesn't mean it's necessarily going to happen. But I feel like definitely you're going to be getting some action over the holidays. But I feel like for most of you guys, it's going to be with somebody special. It's going to be with somebody who, you know, means a lot to you and has like a special, significant connection with you. And another reason why I feel like that is because we have All I Want Is You. So with All I Want Is You, that kind of negates the whole like third party or threesome kind of element. I feel like, you know, whoever this person is that you're going to be making love to underneath the tree, that this is the only person that you want and you're the only person that they want. You know, it's like straight up right out of the Mariah Carey song, basically. So you guys only want one another. And I feel like, once again, I feel like that you guys do have this good connection. It may almost kind of be like an addicting connection to a certain degree, because we do have You Have Me Hooked. So especially with sexual indulgence and You Have Me Hooked, I feel like those two things kind of go hand in hand, that like there's going to be a lot of sex going down, basically, because it's almost like, you know, you're addicted to them, they're addicted to you, like you guys just can't keep your paws off of each other. It could be a new relationship, maybe that's why. Or it could be a renewed relationship where maybe you guys did stuff together in the past and now all of a sudden maybe you guys have come back together during the holiday season, and because of that it's like you guys just can't get enough of each other. It's like that honeymoon kind of phase during the holiday season. So I do feel like there's going to be a lot of that going on. In general, as a whole, you're going to be in good spirits. And, you know, obviously, if you're getting some, which I feel like you guys are going to be getting a lot, you're definitely going to be in good spirits. But I feel like good spirits is beyond the love scenario, beyond the fact that you're going to be having a lot of sex over the holidays. I feel like you're just going to be in good spirits all the way around, you know, whether it's dealing with your family or friends or just whatever it is that you're doing. You're going to be feeling that holiday joy. You're going to be, you know, feeling those warm, fuzzy feeling vibes of the holiday season. And I feel like one of the reasons that you guys are able to feel that so well is because you guys kind of have this childlike faith about you with I Still Believe. And when I look at this, I think of that childlike faith. I think of, you know, the people who hold on to that Christmas spirit all year round. And it's like, you know, you could be 45 years old and, you know, come up to somebody and say, hey, do you believe in Santa? And that grown adult will be like, yeah, I still believe in Santa. Like, I believe that he comes down the chimney and everything. My dad, he was one of those people. You know, when I got older, you know, I lost him, unfortunately, when I was 13. But, you know, by the time I got to that age where I was questioning if Santa's real or not, and then I would ask him, like, it didn't matter. Like, even when I was beyond that point, and like, I knew that my parents brought me the gifts, he didn't care. He would still tell me, well, I still believe in Santa. Like, he was one of those people. And I love my dad for that. And I want to be one of those people too. And I'm not saying that you guys are specifically that, but I feel like you guys definitely hold that spirit, and you guys hold that vibe. You hold that vibe of always believing in the best, always believing in miracles, you know, always believing that things can turn around even when things are really difficult. You know, you're kind of like rock solid for the people around you. So because of that, you know, that definitely brings a lot of those good spirits and good vibes during the holiday season. And not only that, but I feel like the good vibes are also tied to abundance here, that you're going to have a very abundant holiday season. It's going to be very blessed. Now, one way that I definitely feel like it's going to be abundant is obviously here in the sexy department. But aside from that, like, I feel like you guys are going to be enjoying time with friends. You know, I know that the holidays can sometimes be stressful for people financially because they're like spending money on food and gifts and decorations and all these other things. But I feel like you guys may even see like a surge in your income during the holiday season, that, you know, like if you work for yourself, you may see like more money come in from clients, or you may get a pay raise at your job or something like that, a promotion or whatever. Or it could be like a big bonus, a big Christmas bonus that comes in for you. But I feel like abundance is definitely going to be swirling and whirling about for you guys during the holidays, which once again benefits here to our good spirits that you would be in. Now, funny enough, we do have a couple oddball cards in here, which I'm going to address right now. We have exposed. And I mean, with all these good vibes of you guys having like Christmas cheer and being in good spirits and being abundant and all the other kind of stuff, it's kind of like, how could you possibly be exposed for anything? Like, how could you possibly feel exposed? But I feel like this isn't like exposing a bad thing. I feel like if anything, exposed, I feel like this is more so about vulnerability. That there may be this opportunity during the holiday season for you guys to soften up and open up and to get vulnerable. Especially if you are having, you know, such good connections here with, you know, your special person, you know, all I want is you person, the person that you're probably spending a lot of time, you know, doing like the horizontal mambo and stuff with. I feel like, you know, especially tied to your significant other, to that special person. You know, if you guys are spending that much time together, and if you guys are spending that much time together being physically intimate, I feel like there's also going to be a lot of opportunities to be emotionally intimate and, you know, very vulnerable for both of you. And I feel like there may be times where it might be a little scary and it might be a little frightening, but I don't feel like the exposure is a bad thing. I feel like it's a good thing. I feel like if anything, it's just going to bring you guys closer. It's going to bring in more abundance in your connection. It's going to bring in even better sex when it happens, basically. So I feel like that's what the exposed here is more so about. It's about getting vulnerable, getting real, being authentic and transparent. And like I said, those things are scary. Those things can be the craziest things of all, but it can be the best thing. And then with stuck in a rut, snowed in, bad weather. Well, you know, it's really funny because like I said, I feel like you guys are going to have like this really abundant and blessed time, being in good spirits and, you know, the Christmas spirit and all this other kind of stuff. I feel like if anything, this is more so just saying, you know, don't doubt all the good stuff coming to you guys. Like, don't get stuck in a rut, you know, don't get stuck in a rut and don't doubt this. You know, don't doubt the good things. Don't doubt the abundance that's coming to you, because one of the ways that we block abundance is when we get stuck in a rut and we kind of doubt things and we kind of get moody about things. So even if you do find a couple little hiccups in the road, because, you know, no holiday season is 100% perfect. I mean, you guys are pretty damn near close to perfect. But even if there are like a couple little hiccups in the road, don't let it deter you. Don't let it steal your Christmas spirit or anything like that. You know, keep on being Cindy Lou Who in a world of Grinches, basically. And with best buds, I feel like aside from spending time with your lover, you're also going to be spending a lot of time with your friends. And maybe more so this year than last year, because a lot of people were not spending time with anyone last year because of COVID. And I know COVID is still floating around and lurking, but you know, things are definitely more open now than they were before, and people are getting the vaccines and stuff. So maybe things will be a little bit more normal this holiday season where people can actually see each other. So I do feel like during the holiday season, you're going to have this opportunity to spend time with friends, and that's going to be like a really good time too. And I feel like if anything, you may be the hostess with the mostest. You know how to make a house a home, warm and cozy. So I feel like a lot of these holiday gatherings may actually happen where you live. You may actually be the host or hostess here. Whether it's inviting your friends over and spending time with them, or having those sexy playtime scenarios go down between you and your person, or, you know, just when it's a family gathering, whatever it is, I feel like you are going to be the person that people are going to be going to. And I feel like the reason why people go to you, it's not because you have the biggest and most elegant, beautiful Christmas tree. It's not because you make like the most perfect, pristine Christmas dinner that, you know, world famous chefs would be jealous of. It's not because of any of those things. It's not because you have glamorous presents under the tree that are super expensive. It's just because of you. It's because of your heart and your soul that you put into your home. Whether you have a simple tree or a big tree, whether you order takeout for your Christmas dinner or you slave in the kitchen all day, I feel like it's just because you're you, and that's like magnetic, and it's warm, and it draws people in, and people just want to be around you, and they see it as a home, you know. It's like maybe you're the person where it's like, even during other times of the year, it's like if a friend comes over, they treat it like it's their house. They kick their shoes off, they go straight to the fridge, and, you know, they just kind of, you know, rummage through, and they're like, okay, well, you know, here's a soda I'm going to take, or whatever it is. But yeah, I feel like, you know, you're really good at making your house a home, like this nice little nest. And I feel like the reason why you're able to do that, once again, is just like a part of who you are. It's because, you know, you have this Christmas cheer, you have this spirit of always believing, basically, and, you know, that puts everybody else in good spirits. It's contagious. Like literally right before I started doing this reading, I was looking at Twitter, and there was a tweet from like Uber something, Uber Facts, I don't know, something like that. And I retweeted it. I don't follow them, but somebody else like favorited it, and that's how I saw it. And it said, happiness is contagious. And I feel like that's you guys. Like, you bring joy and happiness and feel good, warm fuzzies, and it's just contagious. And that's why people are just drawn to you, and that's why you wind up having such an abundant life and such an abundant time, whether it's during the holidays or whether it's with your love interest or friends or whoever it is that's around you. So it's just an all-around good thing. Finally, you guys, I have a card here from Loving Words from Jesus, because in my opinion, a Bible verse a day helps keep the bad vibes away. And you guys got, seek and ye shall find, Matthew 7:7. I feel like I had this verse for like pile number 3 or something. I don't think, well, hold on. I'm going to look at their card really quick. I put it down in here. Yeah, that's so funny. These must be like 2 different translations. I'm going to show you guys pile 3's Jesus card too, because it's like literally the same thing. It's just different words. So you guys got seek and you shall find. And pile number 3, I wish I could go back to pile number 3 and do them again with this part. But pile number 3 got knock and it shall be opened unto you. And they both say Matthew 7:7, which is crazy. Now I feel like I need to go and look in a Bible and see what my Bible says. Like, they both mean the same thing. It's definitely the same meaning, but I'm assuming maybe these are 2 different translations, basically, that I didn't even realize they had multiple translations of the cards, basically, in this deck. So that's kind of wild, but it's kind of self-explanatory there, you know. Seek and you shall find. You know, it's one thing to have faith. It's one thing to, you know, talk about it and think about what it is that you want, but it's another thing to apply action and to go out and actually seek those opportunities out, you know, search for those things and take action towards those things. So I feel like that's basically what the reminder is here, you guys, is to have faith and to pray and to, you know, hold on to those affirmations, but also back those affirmations up with action. So that's kind of wild. That's so funny. Now I have something to do after I'm done with this reading, and I have to go check a Bible. So anyway, hopefully that message resonated and made sense for you guys. If the message did not flow, of course, just let it go. But if it did make sense, please let me know and leave a comment down below. I would love to hear from you. And also, please give this video a big thumbs up. That definitely helps me out a lot. Feel free to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you know of future videos when they are on the way. And also so you guys know when I'm going live, because I do go live every Monday and Friday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. And I would love to have you guys join me for that. Also, as I said at the beginning of this video, I'm also open and available for private readings too. So if you're interested in a private reading, feel free to hit me up, reach out to me for that. All the information that you need to know, whether it's private readings, live readings, ways to contact me, etc., that's all in the description box down below. So I am just so incredibly grateful and thankful to you guys for stopping on by here and hanging out with me for a little bit today. It definitely warms my heart and means the world to me. So I hope you guys have an amazing day. Keep sparkling. I am sending you lots of hugs and much love.